very often we hear about New Year resolutions. And, we want to change so many things. We want to achieve this. We want to overcome this. We want to lose a few things around the house. Perhaps we want to lose a few kilos. And we don't want to stop talking badly about our neighbors or people or something like that. So these resolutions, how long do they actually last? How do we try to really keep that up? And to me, one of the most important things about this idea of New Year is, are we actually creating space or are we filling it? Sometimes we fill our house with things that we don't need, and we fill our heads with things that we don't really need. We also try to fill the heads of our children sometimes with things that they don't need at a certain age. So this is all part of this question of observation and self-observation. This is something we'll talk about more in future. It's this question of not being able to clean unless you really observe what needs to be done, because you will not remove what you don't see. And to observe your own attitude or the way that you go about it, you have to practice self-observation. So you want to observe your gestures, you want to observe your thoughts, your attitudes, because this is really a very important part of not only creating space, but this whole action of cleaning. And very often another way of filling spaces and I'm talking about all kinds of spaces, is this wanting things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be material things, but just this feeling of wanting things and willing this and that. We're so often busy with what we want that we don't often ask ourselves, what does the spiritual world want of me? Does it want me to do what I think I want to do? And this is where we can create space, with questions and ask, what is the next step for me to take? What is it that life actually demands of me? Is it always what I think is necessary? So instead of making resolutions, I would like us, or to suggest that we create space and invite that which we are striving for into this space. It's, the same as creating space for an answer by asking a question. If you really ask a sincere question, you create space for that answer to become. And everything that is important in life needs space. As Samantha mentioned in the beginning, our relationships need space. Our relationships need care. And you have to create a space in which to sort of practice that care. The relationships that we have with our family, with our children, with our home, with the objects in our home, with our garden. Everything actually is always based on relationship and the quality of the relationship. And so for all these things to be able to manifest, we have to create space.